I purchased a MacBook Pro from eBay. Now before we get into the nitty gritty, let's unbox this and find out if this is the real deal or not. I hope you liked that unboxing and the opening sequence. I ran a few tests and even used Apple's very own diagnostics to verify if everything was legit and was working in order. I even put on this dbrand skin because even though it looked sexy on its own, I couldn't bear the thought of having any scratches on it. This is the 14-inch MacBook Pro M1 Pro. I know it's a mouthful. This model is the one with the 16GB RAM, 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 16-core neural engine, and 1TB SSD. Now this wasn't my first choice of the MacBook Pro. Originally I wanted the base model, the one with the 8-core CPU and 14-core GPU, because I saw the reviews and for what I wanted, the base model was more than enough. But then when I went to purchase it from the Apple website, boom, there was at least a 2-month delay. So I went to eBay to look for my options and I saw this MacBook Pro listing, which was listed as almost the same price as the base model, which was too good to be true. So naturally I did what any sane person would do and I immediately bought it. And I'm glad that I did because this thing is a beast. I'm going to show some side-by-side comparisons with the MacBook M1 Air that I bought for my mom not too long ago. This is from the perspective of a video editor and I'll be running the free version of DaVinci Resolve for this comparison. Yes, I know I switched from Premiere Pro to DaVinci and that is a whole nother story and I might make a separate video on that, but that's for the future. Right now I have a 4K 24 FPS timeline and it is the same on both laptops. On the timeline I have the footage from my R5, which I'm shooting right now. It is a 10-bit 422H.265 codec with both 4K and 8K footage. I don't even use 8K for my regular stuff, but this is just for the test. Let me preface this by saying that my previous laptop, which was the Dell XPS 15, I almost dropped it. Yeah, this laptop right here, the Dell XPS 15 9570, it couldn't even play my R5's footage back, let alone be able to handle editing it. So this is the MacBook M1 Air, and right now I'm scrubbing through 4K footage. There are no proxies, so it's pure 4K 24 FPS. As you can see, it's not bad, it's doing alright. Now let me skip ahead to the 8K footage, which is of my cat. Now you can really see the M1 chip struggling with those frames. And now the footage is super choppy and laggy. Now let's check out how the M1 Pro handles the same timeline. Again, scrubbing through 4K footage like butter, no questions there. Let's see how it handles the same 8K footage of my cat. I don't think it's as smooth as when it was playing back the 4K footage, but it's still fine, you can still work with it. But now I wanted to add a bit more challenge. So I stacked 3 layers of the same 8K footage to see if it plays back smoothly and see if it lags. Of course, there is some minor lag, but nothing drastic, and I think it performed better than I expected it to. And for the last test, I wanted to do a quick export test of the same 15-minute timeline from both MacBooks. I apologize for messing up the focus, I don't even know how that happened. But the M1 Pro exports it in 7 minutes, 26 seconds, and 91 milliseconds, while the M1 Air takes 13 minutes, 14 seconds, and 42 milliseconds. In export time, the M1 Pro is almost 43% faster than the M1. There you have it. That's a new MacBook Pro, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Okay, but look at this sexy limited edition skin that I bought from my mom's MacBook. This is from D-Brand. D-Brand, you might as well sponsor me at this point. So, mom's MacBook, my MacBook. I wanted the color on this. Yeah, okay, that's it.